so quick, bright things come to confusion. In this quote, Lysander says to Hermia that if things come too quick, confusion follows. I think that means that they can't comprehend on what's happening and that things need to be taken slowly between them. Also, they need to keep it slow to keep Eugeius at bay, otherwise he would have Hermia sent out to a nunnery. Lysander and Demetrius also both in love with Hermia, but Eugeius wants Demetrius to marry Hermia. It is also a patriarchal society, and this is not odd in Athens. The lovers are floundered by many different things in the woods, and one specific quote said by Lysander told to Hermia helps her understand what's going on. The course of true love never did run smoothly. This helps Hermia not worry what happens between them, and not worry too much about what goes on in the woods. When Lysander is tricked or made to fall in love with Helena, Hermia is confused what happened, because only the day before Lysander was deeply in love with her, but now he's crazy about Helena. I think this quote shows us that sudden things lead to confusion and that they can be worked through even if it does take time. To live a barren sister all your life, chanting faith hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. In this quote, Theseus is threatening Hermia, and that if she doesn't obey her father, she's going to get punished by being sent to a church or nunnery for the rest of her life, and that the only thing she would be able to do for the rest of her life is sing hymns in the cold night. The reason Theseus is threatening her is because she is disobeying her father Eugeius. If she was to disobey her, she would be seen as a disgrace to her family in Athens, as it is a patriarchal society. This is made clear throughout the play continuously by Oberon and his ordeals with Titania and Puck. Hermia has to think about this prospect throughout the play or events that happen. She decides to run and escape her father and Theseus. She escapes into the woods with Alexander, however Demetrius doesn't want this, as he wants to marry Hermia. The fruitless moon indicates the coldness of the nunnery, how no one will care for her, and that she has to look after herself. She will never get released into Athens again, and never see her friends, family, or lover. This quote shows the cold-heartedness of the men in the patriarchal society of
My heart is as true as steel. Helena says this to Demetrius. She's trying to show her undying love for him. She does this by saying that her heart, or love, is as true or real as steel. Shakespeare uses the word steel to show that her love is unmoving. It also conveys that Helena's admiration for Demetrius and how it is as strong as steel. When Titania says, "The angel wakes me from my fiery bed," she is talking to Bottom after Oberon has put the love potion in her eyes. This shows how the love potion puts Titania in a trance and how she is blinded by love so much that she can't see that she is in love with a donkey. Shakespeare uses this to show the power of the love potion and to show the comedy in the play.
We should be rude and we're not meant to rude. Hermia says to Helena to say she thinks that she shouldn't get the guy and the guy should get the girl. I think Shakespeare uses the quote because it shows the patriarchal society and how the girls shouldn't ask the men. This also shows frustration of Helena or Hermia saying this to anybody. I think Helena says this to Demetrius to show that she's very frustrated and how she shouldn't be getting after him and he should be getting after her. The course of true love never did run smooth. Lysander tells Hermia that they're not the only true lovers that have gone through rough times, since they are going through a bad time at the moment. Her father doesn't want her to marry Lysander, since he isn't in a particular society and in the same class as Hermia. Shakespeare uses this particular quote to tell people that relationships don't always go as well as they planned. It isn't always perfect, and that many people have learned this statement is true. Shakespeare uses the word smooth as a reason of being going on and everlasting, and not like bumpy.